Who do you think is the most important person in your life? Is it somebody that's a parent? Is it someone that is in charge of you in some way? Um, in the United States, we have it's an election year, and we have it's a big, important year to many people about who's going to be president of the United States come January. And there's a lot of people that are really, feel like it's imperative of who sits in the White House, and it is by many accounts the most powerful person in the world. But you know what? I don't know if I will ever meet whoever sits in the White House, whoever has. I never have met a president. I probably never will. But I really have met a lot of people in my life that have been very, very important to me. I've met people that have changed my life just by conversation. None of them have held office or lots of power. None of them have been famous. None of them have a hit movie or a hit song. None of them are, hailed with accolades and awards. Just regular people in my life, though, through acts of kindness or conversation, have changed my life for the better. I used to work in an office years ago, and I'd work there late at night, and it was a big office, and there was a gentleman that came, and his job was to clean the offices after hours. And we always bumped into each other because I always had a project that I was trying to work on and things like that. He was from Haiti, and we got along really well, and we had these wonderful conversations. In Haiti, he was a teacher, but his credentials wouldn't transfer when he came to the United States, and he was doing what he could to keep the money going for he and his family. And we just had some wonderful conversations about faith and about life and about parenting. Both of us had sons of similar age at the time. And he changed my life in many ways by just being the kind person that he was, by sharing wisdom, by being there. There were times when I was going through some tough times, and I would share them with him, and he was just delightful. And he's among many people that have been in my life that have done very similar things. Sometimes our world can be changed, our personal world can be changed by a simple cup of coffee with somebody, by a conversation, by a word. When it comes to who is the most powerful, I'd have to say that in my life, it's not really about who's big and who's in charge, and it's about the individual people that I come into contact with. Regardless of who is in the White House, for example, that will not really change who I am as a spiritual person, who I am as a social justice person, who I am as a person that feels that God is calling to love my neighbor. God, I don't think, sees power. I don't think that he sees us as one more powerful than the other. I think Christ calls every one of us to do what we can to help spread that good news, to help spread the love of Jesus Christ. We're not supposed to wait for somebody to be in charge of it. We're not supposed to sit back and hope that somebody changes the world. When Christ walked the earth, it was in an imperial regime. There were people that were threatened all the time. It was not a happy time, and yet people were changing lives. People were making a difference. Christ went to the poor and the outcast and made disciples of them, to where the message of Christ's love carries today because of individuals that will probably never have a name in history, that will probably never have a coin stamped in their honor. They will never sit on a throne, but they did propel the gospel to where we have it today. It's not about what a person does. It's about who they are and who they're called to be. And I think that Christ calls each and every one of us each and every one of us in Christ's eyes is amazingly important because of what we do with each other. We, through our words, through our acts of kindness, through our generosity, and through just being there, we can help change this world. We have the power to share love. We have the power to share the love of Jesus Christ, and we have the calling to do so as well. So, I mean, there's going to be people that are going to be in charge of things, but it's going to be each one of us that is responsible for carrying the love of Jesus Christ. That makes every one of us very, very important. Look at the people that are around you that have altered your course, that have made you feel better today. And then think about all of the people that you have done that to. I'd say you're pretty important. And I'd say that Christ loves you. Love God, love yourself, and love your neighbor.